Oh, actually, yeah, we're going over a lot of stuff. All these things tie into the main point, obviously. Or, we do that. This one's just fucking disturbing to talk about. This one really is just stupid. Right? I mean, go over some of this stuff a little better. So, for the majority of the last 5 years, I've stayed inside motels, hotels, and houses with Sandra. When this used to happen a lot more than it used to. It's actually where it doesn't really. I really don't even fucking hear it now, but it used to happen a lot, like a fucking lot. Like people having sex right there in the room next to me all the time. Where to a point it got. It's just. It's not as weird to talk about as a grown ass adult because it's just like these just people having sex. You're staying in a motel. It's regular. Nah, these people fucking just like it was like habitually they came by just to fucking do it. Or sometimes it didn't even sound like sex. It just sounded like someone just like sitting there making noise. The funniest part of it is that I've never heard people yell for 30 minutes straight or like 10, 15 minutes straight. They would do that. Like, hey, I don't know. But this went on at some points so fucking much. I was like, what is the whole concept around having sex around me all the time? What is this big thing? And what's funny about that is this directly has a lot to do with certain shit. And I know people probably don't like it. I kind of wish I would have known. Found out a little late. When you're videotaped doing porn and you don't know about it, that is so funny. And the way I found out about it, this was years ago, back before they had the house over there on Willow on Mast. I remember my sister sitting there saying shit. I'm like, the fuck? She's talking about porn. We're all close in age, so it's like, okay. And they're sitting there talking about shit, right? They're sitting there talking about sex or someone having sex, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at my phone. So anyway, it'll tie back into when I was at the house. 2 days later on Instagram, I had a shirt. I was wearing a black shirt that day. This is kind of embarrassing, but this is how fucked up. Well, yeah, it's fucked up over. This was messed up. She should have told me to change my shirt. I had wiped my dick with the shirt, right? And I put the shirt on. The front was clean and the back was all wiped with my stuff. I sat at the kitchen table eating dinner. My sister sat there, took a picture, and I saw it on Instagram about 2 days later on some random like thing. But that was me. I noticed it from the chairs we had at the house. Grew up in the house and knew what the chair looked like. It was me. And when I saw that, I was like, "There's no way!" Like, there's no way. Now I know it's me. Funny, just funny as fucking anyone else, or just funny as anyone else would perceive it porn stash or whatever. And I looked into it once, but I not really go too deep to look into it. But to know that you have porn out there and you weren't told about it, it's just now. At first, it was like, what the fuck? But now, and then this whole area with sex all the time. I'm telling you, like a couple years ago, it was a lot worse, lot worse. The sex was like there had to have people had to have come have sex in the room right next to us. Like either if she was there, not there, whatever. The fucking people were going at it. And sometimes you could tell it was majorly fake. But I didn't. It went on for a long time, and now I don't know. You could get change people's faces and stuff on the internet, so I could see how you could sit there and be like, "That's not you," or "That's not me." But showed that proof. Just stop right there. That shit was just because now I just want to laugh about it. Talking about stuff that shouldn't happen. Like these things don't happen. These things don't happen. Normal situations. Like you don't have these situations. Someone doesn't tell you to go look somewhere and you look and you see very similar faces. Oh, I have a really good one. Oh, I hope he still has the picture. I've seen him. Oh, this one's so weird. My brother-in-law has a picture of these two people, and they're like, you can tell they're like naked kind of pose or whatever, but they're like kind of upside down, sideways. It's interesting art. But in the picture, without me saying it, because I would never say it because I knew they would be like, oh, it's just a picture that they drew. But it's me and Kassan. You could tell, like, you would tell my eyes. Whoever did the painting, they did my eyes. And they did, just to mention, she has straight eyebrows. They did my eyes and her straight eyebrows. You could see that in the picture, in the painting. That shit trips me out. And the fact that he was funny and brought it up. Boo was kind of embarrassed that he brought it up. But I remember he brought it up. I was like, damn, how did you get something like that? That's me. But I couldn't say it though. You can't say it. Nobody's gonna be like, that was. I need to stop right there. That was a good one. That. So many things. A lot of this stuff is embarrassing, really bad. Cause like you never hear of this shit happening. A lot of this stuff is embarrassing. I was embarrassed about it early on. One thing that's one thing that I will take full credit for. Dude, I walked all over the place. I'm talking about all over. I've probably been on every street, walked every street. I've walked so damn much. Oh my God, I've walked so much. So much. The craziest part about it is that, like, I said it then and I'll say it now. That was the most freedom I've ever had in my life. Nowhere to go, no time to go anywhere, walking, without water sometimes, walking. That was the most freedom I've ever had in my life. That was the best. Some people would say that man, I had such clarity sometimes. I was like, fuck everybody and fuck everything. It felt so good. Just walk, nothing, no plan, no nothing, just go. And then there'd be the weird part, fucking Kassan fucking, of course, that would weird me out.
What's up, man? Order for Antonio? Perfect. All set. You have a good night, all right?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Man, I can't stand it. Like, I don't stand it. Like, I'm going to stand it. Like, Sure. I'm definitely sure.